Hi everybody, peace. Okay, top wrapping of a Les Paul. I am going to change the strings on my #1 Les Paul to 94 standard. Beautiful guitar. I've had it for a long time. I bought it in 1994 from new. It's a bit beat up now. It's my #1 for my own music, Kian Sparkes, and it's a #1 guitar that I play when I play out in other bands and cover bands and stuff like that. So it's had a lot of work over the years, and it's stood up to the pressures of being on the road and working hard in the studio. I have never top wrapped it, never ever done this technique, used this technique, but this guitar now needs new strings, so I'm going to try it. I've heard and seen the videos on why it's good, and I've seen and heard and seen the videos on why it's not good, so I'm going to make my decision on whether top wrapping is good and right for this guitar, because it's like anything, any guitar, some things work, some things don't. So there we go. We're going to play it now, and I'll let you hear what it sounds like at this minute in time, and then I'm on the journey with you guys the same. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it's going to sound like. I don't know if there's going to be any differences. I don't know anything, but I'm interested in doing it. So there we go. So I'm going to go off now and get the rig set up, and then we can play and we'll do some comparisons. So here we go. Here's the setup. So the setup that I normally use for a live situation is what I'm going to use here. So we've got the Les Paul pre-wrapped, as you can see there, complete with an old, where is it? An old bullet, a bullet string that I had to emergency within a gig. I had to put that on quick, and it's been on there for a while. You can see a little bit of string damage on there. That's because I use 20Ps as a pick. They're hard, they're heavy, they make a great sound, but they can do your strings in. So that's one of the reasons why this needs restringing. Then from there we're going all the way down this curly wire, all the way into a board, pedal board. But from there we go into an AC30 mic'd, just a couple of centimeters off axis on the speaker, and that's a greenback speaker. So it's a beautiful 1990s AC30 that I've rewired to a 1960s spec. And from there we're going down into the interface, which is an old Line 6 interface, and from that interface we are then going into just into my Mac, and I'm using Logic just to record this. Okay, so that's the setup. The reason why I'm using a real amp instead of using an amp from the computer is because I want to compare the overwrapping technique on the guitar with my live setup. There's a feel difference within a real amp, a valve amp, and something that you use on the computer. I can feel it when you're playing the guitar and how it responds to you. I know some people might not agree with that, but I can feel it, so that's why I'm going to do it, because I'm going to do a fair comparison. I want to do it with something that I know, which is my #1 setup, which I've just showed you. So here we go. So a little bit of music, and then we'll get round to changing those strings and overwrapping. Okay, cool. All right. We've just tuned it up, so here's the clean sound. Alright, let's have a bit of drive on there.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so now it's time to do the re-wrap, or the restring on the guitar, and to put the strings over the tail bar, and to see what this wrapping sounds like. I'm with it. I don't know what it's going to sound like, I don't know if it's going to sound any different, whether it's going to feel any different. That's what I'm used to, what you just heard. Let's see what goes. Alright, let's see on the other side. Okay, so let's have a look at this Les Paul at this moment in time. Sitting off the body at this minute in time. I've played this guitar for a long time with this setup. Not had any issues with it whatsoever. Tuning wise, it's been sound, but we can just see that the tail piece is up. So here's my trusty feeler gauge, and we can see on here that some of the strings are actually fouling on the bridge, which is supposedly going to affect the break across the bridge, and how the resonance of the string goes into this bar, into these studs, and into the wood. So that's where the overwrapping comes in. I could raise these bars up to get clearance across these strings, but I'm going to try the overwrapping. It could be that it might not work, and then I will raise these two studs to get myself some more clearance on these strings that are fouling, so I can hopefully get a little bit more resonance out of those and see what they sound like. But that's the whole point of overwrapping, supposedly, to help you with hear, and to help you with tone, and to help you with playability. So I'm going to see whether that works or not. Shallower angle now, break angle. Our studs are right in to the body, and using our feeler gauge, we have none of the strings are now fouling or touching the back of that bridge. Okay, so let's go and see what it sounds like, which is the most important part. Okay, so we've restrung with the overwrap,
and I have tentatively and hopefully successfully tuned. I have found that I'm getting a few little troubles with tuning, but I think they're because I'm on old strings. I don't think it's down to the actual overwrapping technique. I think it's just old strings being a little bit twitchy. Okay, so let's see what we get. What I would say, before we turn that on, what I would say, just playing it acoustically, and I'm being very, very objective about this, because I don't know what's going to sound better and what's going to be better. What I would say, knowing this guitar, playing this guitar for years, I can feel more resonance already. I can feel the guitar being a bit more alive. I can feel the chords in my left hand more than I could before when it wasn't overwrapped. If that makes sense to you. So I'm feeling that now. I can feel it in the body, but more so I can feel it in this hand, which from years of playing this guitar, not overwrapped, I've never really cognitively felt that. At this moment in time, I can feel that chord in my hand, my left hand, more than I've ever done before. So that's a big thing that I've just picked up on straight away without even plugging it in. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't done any testing, so I'm with you. But I can feel in my left hand, I can feel the chords more, which is really interesting. I can also feel it resonating here on my arm, but I've always felt that because I've always been here, haven't I? But left hand, never felt that resonance from the guitar when it was set up without the overwrap. Okay, so let's go for the amp. Now let's try those songs. It's easy to play. Whether it's given any tonal difference, I'm not sure.
I think it's easier to play. I think there is a tonal difference. It's more resonant. I can feel it in my left hand. Do I like it? Yeah. Am I totally convinced? Not sure. I need to play more with it. I'm gonna go on and put those strings, the new strings, with this setup. I'll set the guitar up properly, really just make sure that all the intonation's right, and I've got a gig tonight, so I will play that gig with it set up like this, and I might post another video to say what I thought. Definitely feel more resonance in that hand. I think there's a tonal change. I do think there is. Looking forward to listening back and watching this video myself. So there you go. Okay, there we go, folks. Overwrapping on a Gibson Les Paul Standard. I will post another video to say how I've found it when I've played live and done more studio work. I am going to change these strings, these old ones to the new set that I said before, D'Addario's 10s to 46s, using the overwrap technique. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment, hit that bell button, whichever side it's on, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think about overwrapping. I'm still out, the jury's still out, but doing it in an objective way. I can feel more resonance in my left hand, and yes, I do think that it is a little bit easier to play, and we've solved that problem of fouling here on the bridge. So yeah, overwrapping, we'll see how it goes. So leave us a comment, like I say, subscribe to my channel. Hopefully see you again soon sometime, and have a great rest of your day. So thanks all, peace.